Hello, everyone, and welcome once again to Dream Career Talk Show. Dream Career Talk Show is a mission where we bring various industry experts to talk on different topics so that through their knowledge, through their experiences, they are able to share their experiences and knowledge and help people to build their dream careers. Right. So today we have a very special topic which is about how people can define their journey from non-IT into the IT industry. And with us, we have our guest who is Rajesh Kumar, a career transformation mentor, solution architect, and an upcoming author of his book, Three Steps to Grow Fast in IT Industry. He is a self driven solution architect and a collaborative problem solver with experience in team leading, mentoring, designing, and developing cloud native microservices solutions in Java and Spring. He has excellent team leading skills, complements his technical expertise, a quick learner, and always ready to take on new challenges. His expertise lies in microservices, designs, and architecture, Spring Boot, GCP Cloud, dealing with massive data, messaging systems like Kafka, and so on. He's extremely passionate about design and architecture. Mentoring, teaching, career guidance, and training are a part of his passion. Rajesh is today helping IT and non IT professionals to unlock their full potential and achieve 2x growth. He has been part of multiple teams in finance, industrial manufacturing, and retail software projects. Rajesh, it is great to have you on the Dream Career Talk Show. So, welcome to Dream Career Talk Show.
So thank you very much, sir. First of all, it's my privilege and I feel pretty honored to share a stage with you and share my wisdom, share my journey with you. So I really thank for giving me this opportunity to share a stage with you. So thank you very much.
Great, nice. Welcome once again. And it is great to see the way you are helping non IT professionals to move into IT. And of course, you come with a huge experience where you have been working on various domains, various industries, especially in the IT industry, becoming a solution architect, getting that success in your own domain, right? So that's something that you have accomplished, plus also helping a lot of professionals today, right? So before we talk about how professionals can move from non-IT to IT and again inside they can grow as leaders, let's talk about your journey. How did you start your career journey, right? Was it into IT, non-IT, and how was the beginning?
Yeah, so actually, I was not made for IT, to be honest, but it happened. Let me share about my journey a bit. So now, today, I'm a solution architect and working in IT in MNC, leading team, big team in my company, and I'm traveling across the globe to interact with the client to get some requirement done, and and building complex problem in multiple domains. Life is pretty okay, very happy. Whatever I've achieved, where from I started, if I go back and where I'm right now, I feel very satisfied. I feel quite, I can say, very confident in my achievement. I'm pretty happy right now, but my life was not always like this. If I go back in my history, if you see my history, you will feel, oh, so it is the journey that I have traveled is so difficult journey. So I was born in Bihar. You might know about Bihar. So in Bihar, it was a very, I can say, a village, rural area in Bihar where I was born. And my father was a farmer. Actually, I belong to a farmer background. So my father used to do farming in my Bihar village, and we had a very long, big family. My father are five brothers and four sisters. So it was a very huge, big family. So it was very difficult to survive there as a farming because we don't had much land, to be honest. So it was very difficult to survive there. So that's why my father switched to another place to get some jobs, to some job here and there. So my father switched to Jharkhand. That time it was not Jharkhand, it was Bihar. It was same state right that time. So my father left farming thing because it was not, I can say it was not sufficient to survive with the farming, get some money. So for better lifestyle, to better money, my father switched to Jharkhand right now. And my father was not educated. He was illiterate. He had not never done any formal education. So somehow he managed to get a job in Jharkhand in some factory here and there, and he started career there. But again, the challenge was the financial challenge, the money problem, shortage of money, lifestyle was not good. I have one brother, one sister. So to manage this family with so limited amount of money, so low salary, it was very difficult to manage when I switched to Jharkhand. So that was a big challenge. And in my family, if I see my all my uncle, brothers, everyone, so in my family, almost everyone are, I can say, I want to use a word like laborer. I don't want to hurt the sentiment of other people, but this is my family background. I come from a family of laborer. So all my brothers, they are still doing this job here. They are doing job, having no any skill, no proper education. So this is my family background, and but I decided that time, if I go with this whatever whatever my brothers, others are people are doing in my family, I will always remain poor. So my vision that time was to come out from this poverty, because though I was born as a poor, but I don't want to remain as a poor. So that was my mission, and for that I choose education and how to educate myself. Because see, skill is very important. If you don't have a right skill, if you have a low skill, then you cannot make money, you cannot come out from poverty. So I decided, no, I will come out from this. And and it was very difficult to pursue the education, like 10th, after 10th somehow I managed to do 10th. And I was a bright student, I was very good student in my education. So I did my 10th, and after 10th, the challenge was what to do next, how to do higher education, what should I do. So I went to my father. I told that, no, I don't want to become like my other brother, I don't want to become a laborer. I want to get higher education. But my father told, son, see, you know what are our situation. We don't have big money amount so that we can support you in your education. You know how the education is so expensive nowadays. But I decided, no, I will not accept it. I have taken the decision. I will go, I will pursue my higher education. So my father supported me, though it was very difficult. I know that it's very difficult. My parents were very supportive. They supported me. So I did my, in spite of all the challenges, I did my graduation in mathematics in my nearby college. Again, it was not easy to take a decision having no money, no financial backup, no. It was very difficult decision for me. So somehow in my graduation time, I pick up teaching skill. So I was very good in teaching. So to just make up some money, just to arrange some money to survive in graduation time, I used to do teaching. I used to teach mathematics to 10th standard, 12th standards. And this way I started making some money. And somehow I did my graduation. And during that time, I learned how to do teaching, and I started my coaching in this coaching institute also during that time. So this teaching helped me to get some money, extra money, so that I can continue, I can pursue my career. So this way it helped me a lot. But after MC, during the graduation, I met one of my friend. That friend told me, "See, this he just persuaded me. This teaching line, this you will not grow further. You will have some. You will feel stagnant." So he convinced me you should do some technical course, something technical things apart from mathematics. So he convinced me to do MCA that time, because that time I was not good for BTech. I had already done my graduation. So somehow I thought, let's do MCA. But MCA, I had no idea about what is MCA, what is computer, what is. I had no idea that time. Even I had no idea how to start laptop computers. So I learned that, and I went to Calcutta. And again, this was not easy task. It was not easy decision. I went to my father again. I told I want to do MCA, this technical job. In technical course, you have to invest a lot, and my father had no money to invest this amount of things. So somehow I uh, mm, got entry in one of the college in Calcutta. And again, it was a finance problem. So somehow we managed to get my loan, education loan for one semester, because of my father financial history, he was not able to get the full course education loan. But somehow we managed to get loan for first semester, and I landed to Calcutta. I started my journey there. In Calcutta, again, it was very difficult journey because for one semester I had the money, I had to survive. But after first semester, it was very difficult time to survive there, to get some money, because you have to pay expenses, you have to living there. So I start looking something to do something apart from my courses. So I start doing job in call center, apart from my regular classes. In night, I used to do job in call center. Again, call center was, I think it was not a good option for me, because doing study, full time study, and doing job call center, it didn't work out. So I left the job after 2 months. Then I started thinking how I will survive. Okay, one semester is okay, I can survive. I had the money for that, but I was thinking how I will survive, how I will get a money, because there was no support, financial support. So luckily, I got some student for teaching. I can say fourth standard, five standard student in my locality, in my area. And when I started my first coaching, first my teaching, then overnight I become star there in my area. And a lot of people, a lot of parents approached me, ki, hey, hey, just teach my student, teach my child. And this helped me a lot. And I started making some money. So because of that, I started teachings. I started teaching also 10 plus 2 student mathematics. So I realized, okay, I have a great skill. I have a great teaching skill. And this skill I can monetize, I can utilize. So this way, somehow, because of there was a financial challenge, but I had made the decision. It was a tough decision, and I have to come out from poverty, because if I choose this path, which is very easy path for me that time, to become laborer, just like my brothers was doing. But yeah, but somehow I managed this. I come out from, and I did my MCA, and after MCA there was no job from my college. So because my only motto for course or MC was to get a job, to be honest. So job was very top priority for me, because I had to support my family. My brother was younger brother was waiting for support to help him to for his education. So for get a job, I came to South India. Now my journey started in the South India. So I landed in Bangalore. Okay, and again that time I had no finance. I had no money to survive in Bangalore. My father just gave me 5,000 rupees. I booked a train from Jharkhand to Bangalore. I came to Bangalore, and with the help, with the support of my friends, I stay there in some my friend. I can say lodge. It was kind of lodge there. And for initial 1 month, I had some finance, I had some money. I was start looking job as a fresher. It was very tough journey to get a job as a fresher. It's very tough. Again, there I found some teaching assignment there, because to I wanted to stay there, right? I wanted to make some money. So I got some teaching opportunity. I used to teach mathematics. Again, I used to teach mathematics, 10 student, 10 plus 2. Java, I started teaching Java as well. So this way, for somehow God was very helped me in that in Bangalore, in South India. And money was not a problem now, after when I came to Bangalore, because I was making a lot of good money to survive, to sustain there. So but yeah, I spent there around 4 to 5 months in Bangalore for as a job search as a fresher. I could not get a job in Bangalore. So I thought, let's do something different, because in Bangalore it's very huge crowd as a fresher, because it's a IT hub in Bangalore. So I thought, let's do something different. Then I thought, let's try in the Chennai. Chennai is a very nearby city in Bangalore. So I went to Chennai. Okay, one of my friend told me, just try a job in Chennai, and luckily I was very fortunate. In just first attempt, I got a job in Chennai, uh, in IT company. So there I started my journey. I got a job as a Java developer as a fresher in Chennai, and I started my journey. But in when I came to company, it was again a challenge for me. What was challenge was my communication. I was from Hindi medium. My all education schooling was done in Hindi medium, and even in the college time, MCA time, I was not good communicator. I was not good in English. So when I came to IT, it was totally different world for me. It's a corporate. It's for totally different world for me. Even my technical was not sound like Java, C. My technical was not sound. So initial 1 or 2 years, it was very difficult for me. I came to know if I have to survive, if I have to grow, then I have to work on my skill. I have to work on my softer skill, my communication skill, my presentation skill, because I was very pathetic. I remember I used to shy away. I used to just afraid of the team meetings. Whenever there is an opportunity to meet people, deal with client, team members, I used to just shy away. I used to just take a corner and try to hide myself from the crowd. So I thought, no, this will not work. So I worked my communication skill, my English. I improved my English a lot. I used to watch televisions to just consume a lot of content in English and try to produce content. So I work hard on my soft skill and at the same time my technical skills. So in this journey, I have faced a lot of struggle, a lot of challenges in this coming to IT and before IT as well. Okay, so that's why this is my journey, and that's why I'm helping a lot of people because I know that there are a lot of people like me who want to grow, who want to make something different, who was born in poor family, humble family, and they want my support. So this is what I'm giving back to society. I want to help people who really want to grow in their career. So in short, this is my journey, Fatah. This is about me, and this way I growed. I just keep and I whatever I learned in IT, you have to always keep upgrading yourself. If you don't upgrade every year, you're upskilling, then you're going to stuck. You will not grow in IT. So that's what I have learned. And that's what I teach all people. Please upskill yourself every year. And this is the way to grow in IT, to survive in IT. Yeah.
Right.
This is about myself in very short. This is my journey.
Mean, this is really inspiring the way you started from nowhere, not knowing even how to speak in English and not knowing how to operate a laptop or a computer. From there
Yeah.
to today, you have accomplished a lot of things today, right? Being that solution architect, right, and getting success in your field, in the IT field, and you also helping a lot of people today. So, coming back to your journey, like when you were stuck at a place where you had communication challenge and you were hiding from the team meetings and all, what actually helped you at that stage? What kind of actions do you take so that your communication
Mm.
improves and you are able to be a part of team and then be able to contribute there?
Yeah. With respect to communication, see, if anybody want to improve your English, this is my suggestion. There are two things you must take care in improving your English or communication. The first thing it was consume and produce. Okay. So I still remember I used to stand in front of mirror. I used to just speak. I had no idea what I'm speaking, whether I'm making a correct sentence, it's a tense wise grammar. I don't bother about grammar. Okay. So the biggest challenge what happens for only especially for Bihar people, Bihar student, they are very bright. They are very good in their technical skill, like logical skills. But I feel that they are stuck in English. That is the biggest bottleneck. So I would suggest all people how to improve. Just speak. Okay. Important thing is you should open your mouth. Once you are able to open the mouth, then automatically everything will happen. It will happen on the flow. So I start doing that. I was not open my mouth. I so in the beginning, don't bother about grammar, don't bother about sentence. Just speak up anything. Okay. And once you keep speaking, then automatically you will feel okay. I have to make this kind of sentence. So this is what I did. I just started speaking anything, and I used to produce a lot of content, and at the same time I used to consume a lot of material like English news on television, like English content news on my during my office time. So I started producing and I started consuming. So this is very important. And most important is what I will suggest: start talking, start speaking anything. Don't bother about grammar or syntax. Just speak up. It will help you. It will boost your confidence. So that's the approach I took.
Great, nice. You actually started working on your communication skills by consuming and also producing at the same time, so that you can speak
Yeah.
in front of video, you can speak in front of mirror, you can speak in front of people, so that it helps you. Right from there, you actually started in terms of your IT journey. Like, how was the IT journey? You started with coding, you started with testing. What was it, and how did it transition into like solution architect role?
I started with the coding. I was when I come out, pass out from my college. I had no any programming skill. To be honest, I just pass out. Okay,
Mm.
I just did my degree from there, and when I came to my IT industry in the company, my programming was, I will say, it was zero. I had no any programming skill. I had no any about Java, and luckily I got a job in Java development. So I started learning there. I started doing practicing like a small program. I still remember I used to do a lot of programming, small use cases, and started learning. I started learning a lot of books. And my one of the favorite book I will suggest everybody who's starting their career in Java, especially. There's a book called from Kathy Sierra. Uh, it's a very a basic book about core Java. So I this book I have read 20 times. The same book I repeated 20, more than 20 times. And even today I read this book. So it's a kind of Bible for me. So I will suggest everybody go through this book. This is a great, amazing book. So I start learning a lot of books, and nowadays on internet you can find a lot of materials about Java.
Right.
It's open source.
So what
So
was
this
the
way I
title
started
again?
learning and
What was
practicing.
the title
Sorry.
again you mentioned? The title of the book?
It's a book by Kathy Sierra. It's a SCJP. I don't remember the exact. Just search by author name. It's a Kathy
Mhm.
Sierra book for Java. You will find the book. It's a great book to start with.
Mhm. So you started with Java, you started learning from this book, and then how did
Yeah.
it proceed further?
Yeah, then I started learning a lot of frameworks because Java is just a core language. You have to learn a lot of framework like Spring, Hibernate, database, a lot of things. And I did start doing POC. I still remember, apart from my office should start from 12 p.m., but I used to go office by 9 a.m. to just make some practice, just to keep learning something and do some POC. I remember I did a lot of POCs when I learned something like I learned, like suppose my Hibernate or MySQL, anything you learn. Then I used to do small program, small web application kind of thing. It's a POC, and I started put in my GitHub. So this helped me to understand the actual real flow, how the things happen behind the scene. So it will give you confidence. If you do something, if you do some POC, it will give you some confidence. So this way, in initial 2 years, first 2 years, I follow these things, and after 2 years, I become I can say very confident in Java, the web application, these things. So yeah, so I initial 2 years, I did a lot of hard work to improve my technicals along with my soft skill.
Right. And today you are helping a lot of people from non-IT to
Yeah,
transition into IT. Right. So what is the
yeah.
process you are following and how it is helping people? Like in terms of when they are coming from non-IT, what kind of fields are they coming from? And what are the skills that you are
Uh,
able to help them so that they can move into IT?
Yeah, this non-IT to IT is again is a story behind that. One of my friend approached me. He was just wanted to get some suggestion how he had a one friend and he wanted to come to IT. He wanted to just explore. Can I come to IT? He was from mechanical background, so I just suggested him, okay, these are some process uh, you can choose this skill, this process. I just explained some process, and he applied this process, and now he got a job in IT. So this give me idea. Okay, if I only my suggestion can help people to get into IT from non-IT, then why not I should approach people and help them. So how I'm helping them? See, in non-IT, the people has no programming skill because they're working in non-IT job, so they have no programming skill. So what I suggest them, see, in IT there are so many verticals, like there's a Java, app development, blockchain, there are so many things. Okay, so what I feel, this is my personal feeling, that non-IT people can easily map into data segment, because I feel data is common to all industry, everywhere data is common, and it's very easy to relate with the data. So I suggest them people come to, in if you're able to become data expert, like database role or kind of big data engineering, so it's easy to relate with them with the data. So I suggest people, all the non-IT people, choose this field. Again, I'm not saying you cannot become app developer, you cannot become blockchain developer, I'm not saying that. But the transition into data field from non-IT, in my understanding, whatever I feel, that it's compared to full stack developer or development role, it's easier. That is my understanding.
Yeah.
And not every people are good in programming. So that's why I suggest this way.
Right. So rather than going into core technology in terms of coding
Yeah.
and development, it is an easy path when they get into data. Right. So now when they are
Data,
getting
yes.
into data, what kind of initial things that they are learning so that they can actually start acquiring skills? And then how is the journey
Yeah.
for them in terms of what are the other things that they learn even before they get into like interview?
Yeah. So initially, because I build their foundation. Initially, I help them to build them foundation. Like suppose if you want to come into data field, then I suggest them learn Python, because nowadays Python is a standard language in data science field. So I help them to understand Python, do some practice, the very core Python. But not every people are able to catch Python. Some people who are good in logic, they understand Python and they can pick up Python. If yeah, so for initial 1 and 2 months, I help them to build the foundation, teach them Python, teach them SQL, MySQL, so that they can relate. And once they are, then I sit with them and I decide which you are more comfortable. Are you comfortable with Python programming, or are you more comfortable with SQL or database? So based on their outcomes, I encourage them, either you can become as a database engineer or you can become as a big data expert. So based on those outcomes, I help them, suggest them to this field. So I build the foundation first, initial 2 months.
Mhm. And what kind of skills are they learning like when it comes to data? Right? What kind of skills are they learning, and how do they actually transition from there into like IT field?
Okay, so I feel if you build the foundation, then the next journey is going to be smooth. So I make sure they build basic foundation, like skill wise, like Python, how to do programming, like solve use some business cases, some case studies, so that they get familiar with the coding, the syntax wise. So I help
Mhm.
them to get familiar with the syntax and solve some this little complex use cases. And
Mhm.
then in SQL, I help them to understand data, the SQL syntax, and manage the data. So initial 2 months, I help them to pick up programming, syntax, and SQL database, and operating system like Linux. So they are the basic foundation thing that I help them to understand.
Mhm. And once their basic foundation is strong in terms of like they know the database, now they know the basic syntax of any programming language, right? So they understand the databases and everything. From there, you help them into the data, right? Now in data,
Yeah.
especially, right? What are the different things? Are they learning like in terms of data, in terms of like analytics, how to analyze the data, how do you actually data mining? There are a lot of things in that, right? So
Yes.
what are the
Yeah.
things that people learn at the next stage so that it becomes easy for them to get in?
Yeah. So in next stage, once they are comfortable with Python, SQL, so in next stage, we help them to become expert in like to how to manage database servers, kind of DB, how to admin the database. And if you're good in Python, then we encourage to become like how to understand the clusters, how the cluster works, how the parallel processing works, how to process the data in parallel processing fashion, how to create a job using Apache Flume, Apache, and how to understand how to deploy the job in cloud. So there are some curriculum after that. So it is more, I can say, more specialized knowledge about data, processing the
Mhm.
data, cloud, creating the jobs to move the data from data lake to data warehouse. So this kind of activity, this kind of curriculum is there after that.
Okay. So probably like people can get into database management, or they can get into something like where they are managing the data altogether in terms of analytics. Anything in the reporting segment also that they can enter into, like using some tools like BI or Tableau and all. So are there opportunities for that as well? And how does that help them if they are non-technical?
Yeah, for non-technical people, yeah, initially it is very challenging. I know that, but once they build the foundation, like they understand the coding, the SQL, then we help them with the real-time project, real-time case
Mhm.
studies, which are very related to their industry. Let's suppose if you're coming from retail segment, retail domain. So I give some project, I give some real case study around the retail. If you're coming from electrical background, so I give some case study about the electrical data so they can understand related. So so eventually they have to deal with data, and they will create some, I can say, basically they will do become a data engineer in this process. Okay, so they deal with data, they build the jobs to move the data from one place to another place, and how to create a data pipeline, and how to do data massaging, data processing, how to clean the data. So we give them real time case study so that they can relate with them, and this help them, this project, this capstone project, this case study help them to really, I can say, feel the confidence that even they can do data processing from non-IT background. So this use case is very important to make them confidence, so that they can feel confidence for next phase, for next level.
Right. I think I agree with you because once they are going through the use cases, they understand the real scenarios,
Yeah,
and
real
that helps
scenario.
them.
Yeah,
Right. So I think for all those people who are listening to us, like it is about you actually making a decision. If you're getting into IT, what can be that easy path? You might be somebody who is like good at logical. Definitely you can still
yeah,
enter the coding or the programming thing. But if you think you come from a non-IT background, right, there should be an easy entry or something that you can process easily. Data, of course, is one of the fields that you can get into, like database, data management, it can be data analytics, it can be data sciences, right? A lot of things around data, because it said like data is the new oil, and a lot of opportunities there in
yeah.
the data field, right? So people can get into the data field. Now if somebody actually makes it, right, they got into the
Mhm,
career of IT, right? After
mhm.
that, what are the other skills that they would require, right, if they have
Yeah.
to keep growing? Because once they got into it now, but what are the
Mhm.
things that can help them to keep growing?
Yeah, so the real game must start from there, to be honest, because coming to IT, this is I think it's the simplest part. You can make a career in IT, you can get a job, but getting a job is not help you in long run. So in long run, you have to pick up some more skill. If you got a job, then you have to grow, you have to sustain there, because there are a lot of competition in the team, right? So I help them to become like a leader, like a build a leadership kind of mindset. I encourage people who's watching this video. In initial days, you have to focus on your technical skill, whatever field you're working, maybe app development, software, whatever. So you have to focus on technical skill, but in long run, you have to more focus on a soft skill. That is my observation. So I help them to become I focus more on soft skill, like how to communicate, how to present your idea in team, how to communicate with the client, how to win the trust of client, and how to in the team, how you will present your thought, your work, whatever you have accomplished your work, how you will present with your team, with your manager, with your supervisor, and how to build a good relationship with manager, supervisor. So it's a lot of things to learn as a part of soft skill. So once you make the career, then you have to grow, and these skills are very important. So that's why I'm writing a book, how to become leader from coder. So I encourage people, don't remain coder, come out from the coder mindset and pick up as a leader mindset. So that's what I'm making the transition. I'm doing the career transition from initial coder to leader. So that's what I'm helping people. I'm just encouraging people, because I have seen personally, I have made this transition. Whatever, right now I'm here in this position, you have to change your mindset. If you remain with your coder mindset, implementation mindset, you will not grow here. And after, if you have experience more than, let's suppose, 10 years, 12 years, and if you're still uh, doing the same job, which can be replaced by fresher, okay, then it's very difficult to sustain. You will not grow in IT. So you have to take more responsibility in terms of leadership, in terms of management, in terms of critical decision making. So it is very important, after once you have more experience, after 10 years, 12 years. And that's what I encourage people to take more role, more responsibility.
Right. I completely agree with you. And you have transitioned from being a coder, right, from Java to actually solution architect. What are the different things that people would require? Like if somebody wants to be a core IT or a technical guy and wants to become a solution architect like you, right? So what are the things that they would require to become a solution architect and get successful as a solution architect there?
Yeah. So, okay. So first of all, you should be good in your core area. Like let's suppose you're from Java. I'm giving example of Java background. So first of all, you are because you have a spent maybe 8 years, 9 years in core things. Like so, you might be good in Java, how Java works, what are the programming things, and how the web application works, what are the different protocols. So first thing you have to build a sound foundation, good foundation in terms of technical. Okay, and next thing, what after that, I'm assuming you have built a solid foundation, and then you have to think about leadership kind of role, like how to communicate. Because if you want to become architect, then you have to present your idea with your client, with your supervisor, with your manager, and you have to outspoken, you have to speak, you have to take a leadership kind of role. So once you build the foundation, then you change the mentality and take work on your presentation skill. I help them to work on presentation, your communication skill, and change the mentality, pick up soft skill, and then understand the architecture. Okay, like how the system, because as a implementation, you are just focusing on one part of the application, one segment of the application. But as an architect, you have to understand the whole picture, the functional
Right.
requirement, non-functional requirement, security. So you have to consider the whole picture, not as a one segment. So this is your again, you have to expand your context. You have to think in terms of architect. So you have to know every all the pieces, all the segments are communicating to each other, how the entire systems are built, what can be the security measure. So again, it's you have to expand your context to become architect.
Right. Yeah, I think, as you rightly said, expand the context, understand the entire IT infrastructure, right? And
Yeah.
also, I think very important skill, you are at any level, especially when you grow as leadership at the leadership level, communication becomes very important, especially for solution architects since they are interacting with their clients most of the times and different stakeholders. That also becomes a very important role here. Right now, I think we have got a lot of ideas of how non-IT people can move into IT. Let's move into talking about your book. Right, you have been writing a book which is coming soon as well, Three Steps to Grow Fast in IT Industry. Right, what is this book about and what are you covering in
Yeah.
this book so that it can help others?
Yeah, again, so this book is about how to become leader, how to change your mindset. See, what I believe, everything is about mindset. And most of people I have seen, a lot of people in IT, they are stuck in the mid career. They started as a coder, they remain coder for a long time. And most of people I have seen, they want to remain coder. I don't know why they want to. I'm not against of coding. I love coding, to be honest. But after 10 years, 12 years, when you're gaining more and more experience, then you have to take more role apart from coding implementation. Okay, so you have to become leader eventually, and that is my aim, that is my mission, to produce leaders. Eventually you have to become leader in IT, not in IT every year, not this apply, not in IT, every walk of the area. If you take an example, everywhere you have to become a leader. So you have to change the mentality. So in this book I'm writing the steps, the framework, that how you can change your mentality, your mindset, and what is the process behind that, that you can become leader, what skill you need to pick up, and how to improve yourself as a person, as a mentality wise, so that you can come out from the coder, from implementation, and think like a vision. You have to become a visionary people. You have to think like how your team will grow. Okay, as an individual you're only thinking about yourself, but as a leader you're thinking about team. So how to manage team, how your team will grow, and make sure your team is performing well. So this is all about become a leader eventually. So this book is all about how you can become leader, what skill you need to pick up, the process, the framework, and my experience, whatever I have gone through, how I made this transition from starting from coder, no experience in Java now here. So this all thing I'm putting in this book. So in nutshell, I would say it's about all the learning how you can become a leader, techno leader in IT from coder. So this is all about this book.
Good, nice to know that. And I love that term techno leader, right? Because technology is something most of the IT professionals are close to and they understand it. But as they grow, they need to have that leadership skills. They need to actually go ahead and scale. And when are you actually coming up with this book? Like when is it going to be available on Amazon and other platforms?
I'm planning by maybe by April, March, April. That's the time. Almost 50% book is complete. Maybe
Okay,
by
great.
March and April, I'm going to publish it. In April.
Nice, nice to know that. So,
Yes.
people who are watching us, if you have to look at the journey of Rajesh, right? Rajesh started from a place where he did not knew how to use computer, did not knew how to speak in English. From there, he has grown to a place where he's been a solution architect. He's helping other people to move into IT, and within IT, helping people to move to the next levels and become those leaders. And also writing his book, which is almost done and coming out in a couple of months there, right? So if you see, if Rajesh can do it, right, you can also do it. And if you are looking for any help around this area, you can definitely reach out to Rajesh. Rajesh, where can people connect with you? Like LinkedIn, Facebook, what are the platforms that they can connect with you?
I'm available everywhere. I have my YouTube channel. I'm on LinkedIn. I'm creating content every day on Facebook and Instagram. I'm omnipresent.
Great. That is nice to know. So Rajesh is omnipresent. You can search for Rajesh Kumar Kushwaha. You can find him on LinkedIn. You can find him on Facebook. You can find him on YouTube. So you can start following Rajesh so that you can also move if you are looking for movement from non-IT to IT, or if you are looking within IT to grow yourself, then you can connect with Rajesh. So Rajesh, it was really nice to have you on Dream Career Talk Show. Right. So thank you for being here and adding value to the show today.
Yeah, thanks for that, sir. It was really my privilege to share a stage with you. And uh, I know your talk show is very hit, is a super hit. And I got opportunity to speak with you, to share stage with you. And I'm just speaking with you in this talk show. So I'm really thankful to give me this opportunity to come here and share my experience, my journey. I hope this will add value to people who want to grow to next level and who want to make a change in life. And I would convey one message here. See, everything is possible. Okay, if you think that I have born poor, I have no resources. If you think that I want to do, then you can make the thing possible for you. So this is the message I would want to share with you. And don't remain mediocre, average. Think about how you can expand your context. Okay. So please expand your context. It will really help you to grow in your career. So this is my message for that, sir.
Thank you. Thank you for that wonderful message, and thank you for the kind words as well. Of course, whatever you have achieved and your inspirational journey, definitely that inspires a lot of people. And whatever you are doing today in terms of helping people from non IT moving into IT and growing there, I think that is also wonderful. So please continue with your journey and all the best for your book as well. And thank you for all those people who are watching us and getting that knowledge. So you can still definitely connect with Rajesh. As I said, he's available on all the platforms. So thank you once again, Rajesh, and thanks everyone.